My name is Don L. And I give you the pop culture guy in his shocktober reviews, where every shocktober he reviews a horror movie. Not a good horror movie, mind you, but still a horror movie. So today's review will shock you. It may even horrify you, and if it does, well, we warned you. Hello, I'm the pop culture guy, the defender of nerds, and welcome to Shocktober, where we review a horror movie every October. Today's horror movie is a little treat for you from the Scary Movie franchise. Now, I like the Scary Movie I like the first Scary Movie, but like many other, however, it then got to a point where every sequel that came out, every imitation and stuff just became pale in comparison. Because it started off neat and such, as a neat way to reinvigorate the parody genre, which had been dying out at the time, but then ironically it kind of sort of made things worse. So, and today we'll be looking at one of the worst scary movies, and that is Scary Movie 5. So, without further ado, let's have a look at this turd. So the film opens with Charlie Sheen apparently trying to have sex with Lindsay Lohan. There's insert joke about, and a bunch of lame jokes about how he's a pervert, he's kind of crazy, blah 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 blah, ankle tracking, but yeah, and then the footage speeds up, and we see a bunch of weird things while the Benny Hill theme plays. Like, I don't get that. And however, Charlie Sheen has, and that's not the only thing Charlie Sheen has, a bunch of pointless jokes. A bunch of stupid jokes.
Well, get out of here, Emilio.
And cue obvious Lindsay Lohan joke here, and yeah, it's funny because should be reacting to him getting attacked by a ghost, but really she's reacting to a scary story on the news, a story about her on the news. Yeah, that's called laughter. So the thing is, then the ghost possesses her, and finally the title comes up, and wow, I'm already talking bad about this movie, and the title hasn't even come up. That's a bad sign. So then we hear a Morgan Freeman joke, because shut up. Narration, because shut up. And then we cut to Snoop Dogg and some random stoner, and talking about how they're gonna get some weed. Okay, what does this have to do with scary movies? And eventually they do find something scary and make this joke.
It's a cabin in the woods. We need to go hide over in there.
Nah, man, I'm not going in there. It reminds me of a horror movie I once saw.
What horror movie?
The one with the cabin in the woods.
Friday the 13th?
No, the one with the cabin in the woods.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No, the one with the cabin in the woods.
The Ring?
The one with the cabin in the woods.
Blair Witch Project?
No, man, the one with the cabin in the woods.
The Monsters?
That wasn't in the woods. That wasn't even a damn movie.
Honestly, those movies would be way better. Honestly, a Monsters movie would be way better than this right now. And then, so they go into the cabin in the woods and find one of the kids, and they end up pointing guns at each other, and they end up dropping the gun and holding some surprise guns, and it's just like, okay, I know this is meant to be a parody, but how many guns does one person need? joke's over, and then he bites, and then one of the girls bites Snoop Dogg in the leg.
What? Ah, man, this little spider girl bit me.
Maybe you're gonna get superpowers.
Ain't no black superheroes.
Yeah, jokes on. There's no black superheroes. Wow, there's so many things wrong with that sentence. I could list everything wrong with in there be all night, but I'll just say, yes, there's friggin' black superheroes. Haven't you read a comic or seen the animated series, or heck, even the current movies we have right now? Do your homework. So they end up finding a So anyway, they find so they find out that there's the 3 kids. Find out that they're the same 3 kids that are missing, and all they can think about is what to buy, and think about is some gangster stuff they went up get. But anyway, enough of that scene, I guess. So we see introduced to our main character, Jody, played, I think, by Ashley Tisdale, but I'm not sure. But she's doing this stupid pregnant thing, where she uses an app for pregnancy. Wow, wow. An iPad. I know an iPhone is so advanced you could basically do anything on there, but pregnancy? Man, why don't they make that? So then I'm surprised that's not an actual thing. So, but anyway, her husband comes in and they go find the kids. The doctor shows them some TNA. That's not funny. And then they finally find the kids, and a bunch of overly long joke happens. And eventually, the husband says, I'm gonna get the kids, 'cause why? 'Cause yeah. And then it's here that we finally get our scary movie. That we have our first parody of, which is Paranormal Activity, as we see them holding cameras, and doing and then for some reason cutting out of the found footage segments into the thing. Like, it's really inconsistent, you know. Like, does it want to have found footage? Does it want to be purely found footage, or does it want, does it want the actual steady cam? Like, make up your mind, movie. What do you want to parody? And then overly long joke, and then blah blah blah, abusing kids. That's funny. Hispanic stereotyping with their nanny, and then like, honestly, I feel sorry for the dog being in this movie. I mean, if I was an animal, I would just attack. If I was him, I'd probably attack the director or something. And then we see where he works, which is a Planet of the Apes section. Okay, which is a scene from Planet of the Apes. Okay. Okay, now I'm just getting confused. Why are there so many different things? Now you're probably wondering, why are there some parodies out there? Why are some of the parodies in this thing some of them not actually related to scary movies? Well, for that, I turn to Nerdo.
Hello, everybody. This is Nerdo, and you see, the pop culture, the term zeitgeist refers to what is popular at the time. Ergo, this movie parodies things that were popular all the way back in 2013, even if they have nothing to do with scary movies, because these producers are wackadoos who don't know how to make a proper parody. This This has been Nerdo. Bye.
Thank you, Nerdo. So anyway, we see his boss played by Terry Crews, and well, it's just, and well, basically, the there's a racist joke, there's a reality show joke that I'm sure I'll get, probably not, and then eventually we lean into the Black Swan Swan Lake parody with where Jodie explains that her mother danced the swan when she was pregnant with her. What is Medea doing there? I guess Tyler Perry owed them some money or something, and then there's and then she gives birth. The baby looks too fake. And the baby just looks really fake, honestly. Who made that? And so we cut to, and eventually she decides to do the Swan Lake, where we see a bunch of stupid jokes. 24, oh hey, 147 hours. Honestly, I'd rather have the same thing that happened to that guy happen to me than watch this. But as a ballet, like, really? 147 hours? That movie like came out in 2009. That movie wasn't even popular by 2013. Why even have that thing? Anyway, so we're introduced to the parody, to the instructor, played by J.P. That guy from Aaron Stone, and we see him as a French dance instructor who is kind of a pervert. Okay, what's the joke? And also, Molly Shannon, I think, is in this movie. And the joke with her is that she can't dance for crap. And also some random black chick, but who does a striptease? Alright. Man, there's so much, like, man, there's just anyway, moving on. So more of this thing continues with parodies of Paranormal Activity, Mama, and eventually that doesn't really further the plot outside of telling a bunch of lame jokes. However, eventually we do get something that moves the story along, and that's an Evil Dead parody. So, more specifically, the remake, because that came out in 2013, so yeah. Surprised there's no Bruce Campbell reference in this, but anyway, so we then cut to she gets development from an Inception parody. Yeah, I'm just as confused as you are why an Inception parody is in this. But fake Leonardo DiCaprio here, after a bunch of filler, has her find out that apparently the mama is related to a supernatural book, the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead, and we get this and so we get this reference that kind of mirrors the opening of the thing, but honestly, I'd rather be a Deadite than, honestly, I think even the Deadites would be insulted by this. So So she tells her black friend about this. Yeah, I'm sure she has a name, but I'm just gonna call her the black friend because, let's face it, that's basically what she is. And so they decide to head over to a nightclub, and they end up doing drugs and having sex. Okay, is the reason having sex to a bunch of imagery that's meant to be like vaginas? Having sex with vagina? Man, that's so old. That's that, and it's like, why? And then the next morning she gets up, goes to the dance thing, and confronts her about the whole sex thing. And all I'm thinking about is just, why is there? And I'm just thinking about a lot of things. For one thing, why is there? Like, for one thing, why do they have a stupid? Why is there a stupid joke in this thing? Why are there a bunch of references to things that aren't scary movies? I believe I can answer that. Oh hey. Oh hey, Captain PSA. What are you doing here? Why, I'm glad you asked, PCG. It's cause I am here to explain why all the dumb jokes in the movie. You see, the jokes in the movie are for the idiots who can't understand humor if it bit them on the nose, such as a fart joke, or something thereof, or a gross out joke thereof. This has been Captain PSA. Thank you, Captain PSA. The second thing is, why is there a bunch of stupid jokes? Why are there jokes that have nothing to do with the actual thing and are just there to be stupid? I believe I can answer that. Oh, hello, action guy. You see, PCG, the reason why why the jokes are so stupid, and the reason why there's a lot of references to things that don't make any sense, things that aren't related, is because it's for the people who like the idea that something they like is being satirized, but don't know how to do something funny, don't know how to properly satirize. This has been Action Guy. Well, see you, Action Guy. And lastly, the third thing is, I'm just glad they don't have a. I'm just glad that they don't realize that Black Swan is inspired by Perfect Blue, because I can only imagine how they would badly parody that. So honestly, I would not like to see that. So yeah, I wouldn't like to see that one. But anyway, they finally go to the Evil Dead cabin, and it's there where we're introduced to our 5 characters who are. The joke with them is that they're they're drug addicts who are recovering. And also the way they get there is a toy car. Yeah, I don't get it either. So we then see that so anyway, they find the book, and
The curse begins with 4 words. Gort, Klaatu, Barada, Nikto.
Okay, first of all, that's saying Klaatu, Barada, Nikto. Okay, first of all, it's not Gort, Klaatu, Barada, Nikto. It's it's just simply Klaatu, Barada, Nikto. And secondly, that saying is not how you start the book. That saying is not how you awaken the dead. That's not how you awaken the dead with the Necronomicon. That's how you stop it. Also, it's the same way that Gort was stopped in The Day the Earth Stood Still. And like that weird thing is Adunda. I don't get it. God, I feel like John Hurt in Big. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So we then, so anyway, so the tiny car comes home, and then they find out that the kids have been, that there's a demon in the house, that the kids have been kidnapped by mama, and then they get back the girls through the power of love. Wow, that's so cliche even for a parody. And then after revealing that the Morgan Freeman narrator, after the Black Swan joke with Medea, which isn't funny and makes no sense, we then see that the Morgan Freeman narrator was a mutant ape all this time. The friggin' end. Finally. So for this movie is just stupid, plain and simple. It really is just it's all first of all, nothing makes sense. Every single parody they do doesn't even add up to one another. Nothing about this has anything to do with scary movies or anything in general, and it's just an overall stupid movie. My advice would be to destroy this movie as soon. Would be to never watch this movie ever, and only watch this if you want to punish. Only put it on if you want to punish someone. Wait a minute, what's that? Oh no, the DVD's attacking me! Swallow this. Now that's a DVD that wants to kill. Now that's a DVD that wants to kill you. Well, yeah. Well, I'm the pop culture guy, and I'm defending nerddom one bad pop culture at a time, one bad fiction at a time.